Hey yogis, Leah B here. Welcome to this very awesome single pose badass yoga class. We are working into a yin class today, and I've created something around dragonfly pose, which is also known as straddle pose in yin. For this practice, you will need a blanket that you can fold up and sit on. I like a nice squishy one. 2 blocks are always nice to have. If you don't have blocks, you can use a bolster or some cushions. It's mostly just for supporting yourself as you fold forward or side bend. I also have some scarves. When I'm in straddle pose and you're out into this position, it's nice to have something to support underneath your knees. So even if you don't have scarves, you can use towels, blankets, whatever, just having something under here so that you are supported. So grab your props and join me on your yoga mat for this practice. We'll start in butterfly pose, which is going to be the very first pose and the only pose that we do other than a variation of straddle. So start by sitting on the edge of your blanket so that you're tilting your pelvis down toward the mat. Bring the soles of the feet together in front of you and allow your heels to come a little further away from your groin. Now with your knees here, you can either use your scarves to shove underneath the edge of your hip just to give a little bit of extra support on your upper leg, or feel free to even use the blocks under your knees if you really want to add in some extra support here. Whatever feels great for you. So we'll come into the pose with an inhale to lengthen your spine, and as you exhale, hinge forward with your heart and just lead with your heart forward. You can allow the crown of your head just to relax down. Close your eyes. And just use this as an opportunity to come into your yoga practice. Tune into your breath. And just start to notice your body. Notice how you feel today, right now. And notice how it feels to create expansion with your breath. And as you exhale, how it feels as you come into gravity a little bit deeper with that contraction. We've got 1 more minute here. So just focus on the sensations that you're creating with your breath. Noticing where you feel the pose and trying to let go of the effort. I'm trying to work into the inner thighs here and into your hips. So those hip sockets. And if you can keep your breath slow and steady, that'll help to relax your nervous system and allow you to go deeper. Take 1 last deep breath here. And let it go nice and slow. And as you inhale, start to press into your hands, come up. We'll come right into our straddle pose from here. Open up your legs nice and wide. I have a visitor. You can have a seat, Brady. You can do the pose behind me, okay? Okay. So open up your legs nice and wide. And we're going to come into a fold on the right-hand side first. So turn your shoulders to the right. Inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale. Yes, we see. You have to be quiet. It's yoga, okay? Okay. So we're folding over your right leg. And from here, this is where your blocks would be handy. Yes. I also would like you to slide, if you've got something underneath your thighs from that butterfly, slide them down underneath your knees now. So your knees are supported. And we're folding over the right leg. Okay. Okay, and we're here for 2 minutes. And then we'll start the timer.
It's pretty warm in this place. It's pretty yoga.
It sure is, and I'm gonna kick you out now. You stay in your pose and breathe, friends.
No,
You gotta wait for me to finish.
I don't have ones. I don't have ones.
Talk to you for a second. All right, friends, thank you for your understanding as I get Mr. Brady set up with something. We still have 30 seconds here in this fold over your right leg in straddle. Just ensure that you've let go of your feet here. And you're just relaxing and releasing your kneecaps. Taking one last breath here in this pose. And start to come up, inhale. And just turn to face the front of your mat and just pause here for a moment, close your eyes and just notice how it feels to come out of that pose. And then when you're ready, bringing your blocks over toward the left leg, turning your shoulders to square up with your left leg. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, lead with your heart and hinge forward over your left leg. So it's essentially that forward fold over the leg and you're in your straddle pose. You're trying to let go of any tension here. I find I carry a lot of tension in my hip. And if I can bring my attention into that, I can let some of it go and get a little deeper. It's so helpful to support your knees in this practice. So having something just underneath your kneecaps for that little extra support does wonders. Try to close your eyes. And really just be with yourself here in the pose. Final minute here. Anytime you notice that your mind is wandering away from your practice, which is common in Yin, just bring your attention back into your body, into the sensations that you feel with your breath. Just be curious. How much further can you get into the pose if you allow yourself? And I don't mean force yourself. I mean breathe and relax and let your body allow you in. Or just notice how with every inhale, your vertebrae separate. Take one final breath in this pose here. And let it go. Slowly come back up. Turn your shoulders to face the front of the mat. Pause. You can place your hands on your thighs. Just close your eyes. And now when you're ready, take one of your blocks or your bolster or whatever you have that can give you a little extra height. Place it on the inside edge of your right leg. We're coming into a side bend. You can also use your leg, but it's nice to have the block and you can play around with the height. And the idea here is to think about your waist. So inhale, lengthen, sit up nice and tall. And I'm going to press my heels away just to find length into the backs of the legs first. And then exhale, lean to the right. And then maybe you're going to use a block or maybe you'll come directly down onto the floor, whatever works best for you. And now from here, you can just place your left hand on your left thigh or turn and place the back of your left hand on your lower back. And just think about rolling your left shoulder open into your shoulder socket. You can gaze up, you can bring your right ear to your right shoulder. And just think about opening up the left side of your waist. If you've got your feet flexed, let them go now. And if it's too much for your neck to have the side bend happening in your neck, you can just look down toward your right leg. Keep that breath nice and slow and steady. And taking one last deep breath here. And let it go. Inhale, come up nice and slow. Pause. Close your eyes. Coming to the other side. So if you need the block for the inside of the leg, play around with the height. Maybe find that activation into the backs of the legs for a moment as you inhale and lengthen your spine. Exhale, leaning toward the left this time, opening up the entire right side of your waist and just tucking your left arm into the inside of the leg, into a block. You can place your hand on your thigh. You can place your hand on your hip or bring the back of your right hand to the lower back, opening up your right shoulder. You can look up, you can look down, whatever feels good. Let go of your feet. And just allow yourself to get deeper into the pose as you're here for time. And just notice how it feels on this side compared to the other side. Take one last deep, deep breath here in this pose. And let it go. Inhale, slowly make your way back up. Sit up nice and tall, close your eyes, just pause. And take a big breath in here, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, bring your left hand to the outside of your left leg. So you're coming into a twist. Your right hand is coming behind you on the floor. Tense your fingertips or take a block into your right hand so you have a little bit more height. There's going to be a little bit of effort here to make this twist sensational, I guess I would say. Don't force it too much. Remember, it's yin. Let your breath do a lot of the work. With every inhale, there's length coming through the spine. With every exhale, you might use your arms to just apply a little bit of pressure into that twist. We won't be here for long. On your next inhale, come to center. If you've got that block, switch hands so your block comes into your left hand, bring it behind you. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist towards your left. Right hand comes to the outside of your left leg. Think about every inhale, the spine is long. Every exhale, you twist a little bit more. One last deep breath here in this twist. Exhale, come back to center. Bring your blocks close by in case you'd like them for this last posture in straddle. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, lead with your heart, hinge forward and fold down the middle. You can come down up onto your hands as far as you'd like. There could be a bolster here in front of you. You could have blocks underneath for your forearms. Whatever feels good. If you're really far down to the ground, you can place a block on your forehead and just hang out here. It's your choice. Whatever feels good today. But I'm going to say this again in case you are not putting something underneath your knees for this pose. You should try it. I'm telling you. I'm a very flexible yogi, and this makes so much of a difference. It doesn't matter. I'm flexible, but now I'm comfortable and I'm being able to get into the pose more comfortably and deeper because I'm supported. So just enjoy this pose, this last few breaths here in our forward fold dragonfly. And on your next inhale, come all the way up onto your hands. Move the blocks out of the way. Remove your support from under your knees and help your knees up with your hands. Bring your feet nice and wide outside the hips. Bring your hands behind you. We'll just take some windshield wipers side to side. Release your straddle. We were there for, well, it was like 13 minutes, I guess, because we did do a butterfly for 2 minutes, but it was pretty much just like the introduction to straddle. So let yourself have the windshield wiper for as long as you need. And take any other poses now if you feel so inspired. And when you feel ready, come to sit nice and tall, facing the front of your mat. If it feels right for you, bring your hands to your heart, sit up nice and tall. And we'll close our practice here with gratitude. Just be grateful that even though sometimes things don't go as planned, everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. Everything is meant to be. So just trust the universe. Namaste. Hey Yogi, Leah B here. If you enjoyed this class, why not catch the next one live? I host free 15-minute yoga for active bodies classes every week. All you have to do is head over to leahyogachick.com and register, and I'll send you the Zoom link. See you there.